Hey guys, what's up? Today we're jumping into Minecraft. Better on Bedrock. This is the first episode, so we're just getting started. If you're enjoying the vibes, leave a like and hit that subscribe button.
So, one of our big goals for this series is to finish every single quest, and the first one? Collect 3 logs. Easy, right? I went straight to chopping logs. Kinda needed them anyway, and it just happened to knock out the first quest too. 2 birds, 1 tree. After I wrapped up the first quest, I moved on to the next one. Just had to grab 14 cobblestone. So yeah, time to go bully some rocks. But before jumping to cobblestone, I did a bit of crafting. And now, cobblestone.
And with that, we said goodbye to the wooden pick. It had a good run. Not really.
Then, we welcomed our new stone tool. I went to claim the stone quest, but it didn't show as completed, even though I already had the stone. I didn't think much of it, though. Probably just some weird mod pack bug doing its thing. I mined some more stone, thinking that might fix it. But nope, still broken. Since the quest wasn't working, I decided to focus on food instead. So I went out and took down a few animals for supplies. While I was out gathering food, I stumbled across a goblin trader. He was offering an iron pickaxe with Fortune 3 for just 4 iron ingots, which was kinda insane. But at the moment, I didn't have the resources on me. I couldn't make the trade. So I kept moving and eventually stumbled upon a cave. I couldn't resist, so I just went ahead and entered the cave right away. I ended up finding some iron, but I was pretty sure I couldn't break it with a stone pickaxe. Still, I gave it a shot, and, well, it didn't work. That's when I realized I did need to craft copper tools before I could even get to the iron. So, I went ahead and found some copper. And while I was at it, I picked up some gravel too, since I needed it to make the copper pickaxe. After that, I crafted it and finally had the tool I needed.
So, I grabbed some iron, and out of nowhere, a message popped up in chat saying we'd completed the stone quest. Took its sweet time, huh? But I kinda forgot to start the next quest after that and just kept on mining iron for a while.
As I was heading back toward the furnace where I'd been cooking my food, a skeleton decided to ruin my day. And, well, yeah, we died. First death of the world. And we'd only been playing for like 20 minutes. Solid start. I headed back to grab my loot, and of course the skeleton was just chilling right next to my corpse like it owned the place. And, well, yeah, we died. Again. On the second try, though, we managed to take it down and get our loot back. With the iron I'd smelted earlier, I crafted an iron pickaxe, then decided it was time to leave the cave and look for some more food. After a few minutes of wandering around for food, I ended up finding a village, which was honestly a pretty lucky break. It had quite a few hay bales too, so yeah, pretty much perfect. And of course we went ahead and politely smashed the iron golem, because, you know, we needed the iron. Survival logic. After dealing with the golem, I started trading sticks for emeralds. My first idea was to work my way up to diamond armor through villager trades. But after a while, I came to the conclusion that I'd just go the old-fashioned route. Mining. Trading felt like way more work. And hey, if we could just find that goblin trader again with the Fortune 3 pickaxe, finding diamonds would be way easier anyway. So, I left the village, but I was pretty sure I'd be coming back. I already had the idea of building my house somewhere in or around it later on. Just felt like the right spot. Almost instantly after I left the village, I stumbled upon another one, and just a few blocks further there was even a pyramid. Talk about a lucky streak.
I grabbed the hay bales from the second village, then headed straight for the pyramid. No way I was skipping that. The pyramid looked just like the one in vanilla Minecraft, but I still was hoping there'd be some good stuff waiting down there.
The first chest had some pretty solid stuff, but the others, nah, they were pretty disappointing. Classic pyramid luck. We left the pyramid and moved on, hoping the next thing we found would be a bit more exciting. Or maybe a proper cave. After a short while, I came across a gigantic forest, some kind of jungle, that was so dense it made my FPS drop a little. Guess the game wasn't a fan of all the trees. On my way through the world, I took out a few deer. Figured we'd need the leather or whatever it was they dropped for a backpack later on. Gotta plan ahead. The next thing we found was a ruined portal. Not bad, but I was really hoping for one of the new structures. Or at least a cave. And then there it was. After who knows how many blocks. A proper cave. Finally. I was preparing my equipment and sorting through my messy inventory when I spotted a goblin. I was hoping he'd be offering the Fortune 3 pickaxe trade. Our luck, he did. I grabbed 2 pickaxes. I had 5 stacks of bread, so I decided to craft some baguettes. They were better food, plus it would clean up our inventory. Finally, I decided it was time. Thought, let's go get some diamonds and other useful stuff. And there they were, the first diamonds. I think I'm stupid. I was really having trouble getting these. Honestly, it shouldn't have been that hard.
However, there were quite a few diamonds in the end. Guess it was worth the struggle.
In the middle of mining, a message appeared in the chat I'd had finished the next quest. So the first page was finished. The next quest? To buy a quest from a librarian villager. After finishing the first page, we got the adventurer hat as a reward. And yeah, it looked pretty funny. Definitely added some style points. Afterwards, we went back to mining, picked up some more ores while we were at it.
In the cave, we ran into a goblin again, and this time I decided to buy 2 netherite ingots. Totally worth it.
I used the 2 ingots right away to craft a large backpack, and also threw in the leather we'd gathered from the deer earlier. Finally, some actual storage space.
These goblins were actually turning out to be really useful. Way more helpful than I expected.
And with the new backpack ready, we jumped back into mining once again. Though, not long after, we almost died from a fall. Gave me a mini heart attack, not gonna lie. After I gathered a few more diamonds, I upgraded my chestplate, leggings, sword, and the pickaxe too, then went straight back out to find some more. Finally, we had enough to craft the diamond helmet and boots, full set complete. So, I decided it was time to leave the cave. Gear upgraded, and honestly, I'd had enough of the underground for now.
I decided to head back in the direction of the first village we'd found. Felt like it was finally time to start thinking about a proper base.
While running back toward the village, I came across a jungle temple, and I couldn't quite understand why I was only finding original Minecraft structures. Like, where were all the new ones hiding? However, I went ahead and looted it. And hey, it had 2 diamonds, so I wasn't complaining. As I was running like crazy, I spotted a temple, but then a boss bar popped up. I wasn't ready to risk it, so I decided to hold off on fighting the boss. Just noted down the coordinates for later. After some more running, I spotted a tower and thought, nope, I just want to get home and build a base. The temple had already seemed really dangerous, and I wasn't in the mood for more risk.
After even more running, I spotted the next 2 structures. This time, I decided I was going in. I headed straight for the smaller one first.
Okay, some basic rune. And the second chest. Okay. Well, it has a book with notes. I am not going to read that. So, I went straight to the second structure, and I knew this one. There was a witch trial spawner inside, and I was already mentally preparing for chaos. Of course. Shit.
Okay, I need to run, right now.
Okay, I finally got some distance. I'll just wait here. Let myself heal. That was way too close. Why is that witch still following me? I don't get it. Just leave me alone already. This can't be. No, I've had enough. Shit, my controller disconnected. No. This witch is haunting me like crazy. I swear she's got a personal vendetta or something. All right, let's just quickly use this strength potion, and then we're going back in. There she is. All right, now she's finished. Okay, here we are. Another witch. All right, we got the trial. I placed a bed for safety because I had no idea what to expect upstairs. Well, okay, zombies. No, it can't be. Not again. Okay, the third death. This was so not necessary on him, but at least I'm glad I placed the bed. However, I lost all that XP. Great. All right, let's go up again and finish off those zombies. I really hope there's some good loot up there.
Okay. Well, 3 golden apples I'm taking that, thankfully.
Okay. That's quite a few bookshelves. Perfect. We'll definitely need those for our enchantment table later.
Once again, we moved on and ended up finding a pillager outpost. Took out a few pillagers, got the loot, then decided to just leave it. No need to stick around. What the heck? However, finally there we were, back at our starter village. Feels good to be home? Well, kind of.
All right, let's grab some sand. We're going to need that for the house.
I picked this house to fix up a bit, since it already seemed pretty solid. Over the next few days, I was mostly just working on the house, so nothing special happened. In case you're wondering why it says days played 25. We're playing on a realm, and 2 of my friends are also in this world, so yeah.
I wasn't trying to spend a ton of time building, since this series is more about exploring better on Bedrock. I did a bit of interior work and added some lanterns for lighting. On days 22 and 23, I finished up the building and finally got around to sorting the few chests I had. So, yeah, that's the final look of the house. Totally groundbreaking stuff, right? Thanks for watching. If this masterpiece somehow entertained you, go ahead and like, subscribe, ring the bell, sacrifice a goat, whatever people do these days. Anyway, bye now. Go touch grass or something.